Hey everybody, this is Sue Craig, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Cleveland, Ohio. And today I have another card for you. This is one of the cards that my classes made this week. It's a cute little llama. This is a double gatefold card. It opens just like this. We're going to make one that is similar to this, but we're going to use the cute dog that is with this stamp set. And the stamp set that we're going to be making or using is called Long Time No See. This is an online exclusive and it has the cutest little animals on it. This neck area can be added to the llama and this can be added to either of the animals. There's also some Christmas lights. But there is a happy birthday here, so it could be used for birthday as well. Could be thinking of you. You get to decide that. But anyway, today we're going to be using the images from this set, and we will be using the words from The Right Words. We're going to be making a birthday card. The paper that we're going to use today is called Country Woods, and I specifically picked this paper because it's a masculine paper and it has a lot of different textures in it that will go together nicely for this card. And I have used so many of them for classes this week that I don't have as much left, so I could show you a lot of samples. Let me show you what we're going to need to do this card, and the measurements will be on my blog. They'll be on my blog. Excuse me, they'll be on YouTube as well in the description below, so don't worry about writing the directions or any of the measurements. The image panel that we're going to use is 2 inches by 4 3/4. On the inside of my card, I have 2 pieces of designer paper just to make it a little more pleasant to look at. And those pieces are 1/2 by 2 1/8. That's 1/2 by 2 1/8. For the sentiment, the happy birthday, that is a 1 by 2 inch piece of designer paper. For these doors on the card, we need 2 pieces of designer paper that are 1 1/4 by 5. Another piece of designer paper which is going to stack to make the background of our card, and that is 3 3/4 by 5. That will layer on a piece of white, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And that is going to layer on the card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So these pieces will stack together to make the base of our card. The main part of our card is going to be our piece of white cardstock. And this is smaller than we typically use. This is 5 1/4. We usually do 5 1/2 by 7 1/4, and we usually do 8 1/2. We're going to score it at 1 3/8, 2 1/2, 4 3/4, 5 7/8. Again, don't worry about the measurements because we will have them written in the description below. So let me show you how this is going to work. This is going to close like a door, and we're going to use our bone folder to press it down. And then this square piece is going to go back. Okay. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to close this door And then we're going to take this store and fold it back. So when you finish, you should have two doors that touch or are close to touching. It's not really going to matter because these are going to be covered up by your image panel. What I want to do is to start to add the paper to our card here, our card base. And again, you have two different sides to all this designer paper, so you get to decide what side you want to have showing. I'm going to have this side showing. I like to work on this sideways. Should be a nice even border all the way around. The other side, same thing. Nice even border all the way around. Kind of want to line it up so that it's even with that one across. Okay. And I'm gonna open this up now, and I'm going to add adhesive to these pieces that go on the inside to decorate it. I liked the idea of adding designer paper because it looked so plain with just all that white there. So we're just going to add this down here. Okay. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the dog. And I find that for images that are close to the size of the cardstock, that it's easier if you put something dark or darker than the white behind it, so it shows up a little better. So we're going to use our Memento black ink, and we're going to take this cute little puppy dog, ink him up. Sometimes when I stamp, I also stand so that I can make sure that I'm seeing what I want, where I want this to go. So stamp this cutie pie. Okay. What I did is I colored this beforehand. So now my image is colored. I figured you didn't need to sit and watch me color this stamp, so we got that part finished for you. What I also did for my classes too was to show them I colored this little guy in Christmas colors, so if they wanted to make a Christmas card, they had a pretty good idea of what it would look like. All right, let's put this back here. We're going to take our little sign here now that says happy birthday, and we're going to stamp happy birthday. I'm using Misty Moonlight because that's the color that I used on this cutie. Now for the inside, when I did this, I opened it completely so that it would be flat. And because this is the dog, he is going to go this way on the card. Let me show you. He's going to go this way on the card. So we want our greeting to go the same way. So I'm turning my card base so that it's going sideways like this. We're going to stamp the sentiment right here in the middle. Now we can fold this back the way it was. Sometimes it's also nice to do the scoring, not the scoring, but to do the bone folder on the back here, which will help it. Okay. Let's take this and we'll start to put our card together from the bottom up. So let's take our white. Move you over here, Mr. Llama. We're going to put our white on the base of Poop Party. Again, I hold the corners and hover over till I have everything that looks about even. And I'm going to add my designer paper. You know, if you have a good adhesive, you shouldn't need to use a whole lot. You can also use your liquid glue for this. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to add adhesive to the back of this card. And the easiest way is to hold it together like this, and then to center it on your card so that it's equal at the top and the bottom and the right and the left, and then place it down. It's easier when it's closed up to be able to look at those. All right, now I want to put the dog on, and what I recommended in my classes was, so you make sure that you don't get glue in the wrong places, is to just take some adhesive and put it on one of the doors. Close the doors and then put your dog on top, and again looking to see top and bottom, left and right, how it looks. Okay, this will also assure you that you're only putting adhesive on one side so that the door will still open. Now we're going to add our sentiment, and I like to add dimensionals behind my things, so I'm going to add dimensionals behind this. I think this would be a real cute one to send for Christmas to somebody who has dogs. And this can go anywhere you want, as long as it's not glued to the bottom down here. So you may want to do this if you're putting it on. So there's your card. A double gatefold. Pulls up like this. And it closes. Again, you can do this llama or you can do the puppy dog. Either one would make a fun birthday card for someone. Well, I hope you liked our project today. I hope you give it a try. And thanks for watching.